All right, welcome to the OFX podcast. I'm Dave Claxton. Along with me is oh Lord, where do we go with this? The World Championship Women Warrior, whatever. I don't know.
Whatever.
Something like that. It ain't about you today, Beth.
No, it's not.
Although it is about you, like we were just saying. You're excited? Like, I mean,
Yeah, it's such a weird feeling this race because I honestly feel like we've been talking about it for 8 months.
hmm.
I don't normally put this much thought and time and the buildup of this has just been way too long for my emotional state. Like I need to get this race over with also so that we can move on to other things too. But yeah, this we qualified back in October, right, at the Toronto Spartan and so it feels like it's been a long time coming. And even the build has felt long, and I don't normally sacrifice other things I want to do for races because that's not really my style. But I think because this one, we're racing doubles and it's someone else I could let down. There's things that I've like, oh, I shouldn't do that, although I really want to, like, jumping into the random races that I like to do, which I haven't been doing as much. So there's some things that I'm kind of, there's always a part of me I'm excited to have it done. I'm excited for the weekend. It's going to be awesome. But yeah, it feels like it's been a long time coming, and it kind of feels like it's all anybody can talk about right now. So
Event wise, like I'm not going, but if I was going event wise, it would definitely be the biggest event that I would have competed in.
yeah, what's their 7,200 participants?
Yeah, and just this the scale and the scope of the way they've done everything. And I was trying to think if like I've competed in anything else that was that big back like in tournaments or anything like that. I don't think so. Like I think that
Yeah.
would probably be it, but I'm not competing in there anyway. So
Yeah.
yeah, so I mean, yeah, it's an epic event. It's gonna be a big event, and I'm sure you're gonna hit the after party.
Um, I don't know. I don't know if yeah, that's kind of late for me usually.
Come on, a Hyrox after party. Like your races probably don't end till 10 o'clock. Like
Yeah, I think it's gonna be pretty late, but and I don't know if we'll make it that late. But I mean we're going with a big group of people too, so it's kind of what everybody wants to do. But I think just based on the people we're going with, we're probably not hitting up an after party. Um but we'll have our own for sure.
it'll be good. It'll be great. It'll be good. All right. So let's get to business here. So we wanted to go through and get a little preview of kind of everything going on with Hyrox Worlds this weekend and what to expect, who's competing and go on. So let's go through first. Let's just because everybody's announced. Let's go through who is competing in the elite 15s of both men, women, and doubles because the doubles are awesome this year. So I'll run down really quickly. I'll just go through this. And again, these are in order, but a day don't mean anything. These qualifying orders are weird and don't pay too much attention to it. So in the women, Elite 15 solo, Lucy Proctor, Lauren Griffith, Amy Bevilacqua, Melanie Moore,
Hmm.
Linda Meyer, Ida Matilda Rubens Steengard, Kate Davies, Sinead Bent, Emily Dahman, Jess Petro, Seka Arning, Joanna Whitrick, Vivian Tafuto, not Meg Jacoby, because Meg has pulled out due to just essentially still dealing with repercussions from the surgery and stuff like that. She is not re-injured. She just, you know, just isn't there yet. And replacing her will be Chris Rogloski and then Lauren Weeks. For the men, we got Paleo Fernandez, Jonathan Wynn, Bo Wills, Graham Holiday, Hunter McIntyre, Hida Wiersma, Tim Vinich, Dylan Scott, Tom Rogers, Thomas DeVerdick, Rylan Shadag, Jake Dearden, Rich Ryan, James Kelly, and Alex Ronkovich. All right. Then we'll go through the doubles really quickly. And it's like I said, we're just getting these all out of the way, then we'll go for it. So for your women, Zoe O'Meara and Tieran Sharp, Meg Martin, Madison Bridges, Nicole Georgia Macbeth. Then look at the Gabriella Nicora Baker. That is a heck of a team. Chris Rogloski, Katie Simonson, Elena Runcho Chas, Morgan Schultz, Bridget Brown, Tara Jackson, Jess Petro, Maria Fetchik, Margaret and Charlotte Vanden Lindenloof,
Yep.
Seka Arning, Rebecca Frank. They've listed the Vin Bend and Lyndon Luce twice here. I'm not quite sure what's going on with that.
Oh, that's weird.
Meg Jacoby and Camilla Massa will not be going, as we said with Meg. So that will be who was it again? It was Jade Skillen
Jade.
and who?
Yeah, Jade and John Levenstein.
Jenna Levenstein, then Linda Meyer, Viola Loeb, Oberlander, Lauren Weeks, Lauren Griffith, and Tia Toomey and Joanna Beitrick. For the men, Peter Maas and Tom Franz, Tange Cruz and Daniel Payne, Chris Woolley, Tom Rogers, Jerry McConnell, Dylan Scott, Marcus Wallace, Dawson Miller, Yannick Kapla and Tim Vinich, Bo Willis with Eugenio Bianchi, sorry, Roberto Vecito Camino, and Luis Garcia Rubio.
Yeah.
I don't know, but they're young and they took first place in in Paris, so they're moving. The Sutherlands, Ben and Harry, Hida Wiersma and Thierry
Hmm. Yep.
Wilgenberg, Jake Williamson and Alan Ploge, James Kelly, Jake Dearden, Charlie Bottrill and Ollie Russell, Rylan Stagg, Ryan Kent, and Rich Ryan and Paleo Menendez Fernandez. So that is your list. And obviously there's a hell big boatload of talent there.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
So what we wanted to go through first, we're going to do some Bethany betting today because that's always entertaining. But
And I hate picking the top three.
yeah, picking the top three, you know what? It just yeah, I mean, I don't know. It just everybody has their picks and stuff, and by the way, there's a lot. I think there's a um, Hybrid Fitness Media has like a pick contest, and I believe Race Brain has a pick contest as well. I'll probably go in all of them and get slaughtered, and that'll be fun. But yeah, yeah. So we're going away a little bit from the picks, and we'll do a few things here. So what we're gonna go is these are Bethany's bets, and Beth, do you remember how the over under thing works?
Um, so
Well,
like yeah, go
so
ahead.
not for the benefit of Bethany, but for the benefit of others, because Bethany knows, I'm going to set a number and it'll be where someone will place or their time or something like that. And then Beth has to decide if they're going to be quicker, like better or worse. So over or under. All right. So we're going to start out here with one close to home, Team Canada. So Team Canada being Maria Fetchik, um, Cole Learn, Katie Simonson, and Austin Azar. A lot of people we really, really like. I don't know that it could have been a more well-liked Team Canada. So will they come? And I know that what their goal is, the line is 5.5. Will they place better than 5.5 or worse than 5.5?
Um, the team stuff is so hard because there's so many teams to such really good athletes. So last year Team Canada was seventh or eighth.
I actually think ninth. I think ninth. I think they were in the top 10.
Yeah, yeah. Um, I mean,
Part of me thinks last year might have been a deeper teams field because they had there was no doubles elite, and some people have opted out of the teams to do double.
that's true. That's true. I think Canada can go top five. Yes.
All right, and here's the thing. I'm going to agree. I take the under two, and I know top five is their goal, and I
Hmm.
believe in them, so I think they can do it. We won't say too much about teams, so just and I said we said we just won't pick, but I actually think um we'll go. Yeah, maybe we'll touch back to that after. We'll go to the next one. Next one here. We'll go our boy Dylan Scott. Dylan known pretty much is kind of a checkers or wreckers guy. There's a lot of wins. There's a lot of not so good wins, especially comparatively when you compare overseas to North American events. Dylan really seems to excel at home. And is one of those guys that, and I don't think he'd be upset with this, has the potential to finish first or last.
Well, was he not? He was close to last year at
I
Worlds.
think he was. I think he was. Yeah, yeah. Either
Which we're
last or
not going
close
to
to.
talk too much about that because
Yeah.
you don't want to dwell
No,
on that.
But
I Dylan has the capacity to be top three, absolutely.
and he is on fire. He's been on fire. That run in New York was epic, unbelievably quick.
Yeah.
Um, so
And
we'll
again, I don't want to focus too much on the sled situation, but if hypothetically these sleds move better and you take away Dylan's where he obviously would not have his strongest places in the race, that could play into someone like Dylan being one of the smaller guys on the start line. So
so
I think
the line we got for Dylan is 3.5.
mhm,
Will he be below 3.5, finish those top three, or will he finish
over.
over? You're picking the over?
Yeah.
All right, I'm taking the under. I think Dylan's going to put it all together.
Wait a minute. Over as in like better. We're saying this backwards.
All right, so yeah, I think he's putting it all together. I think his
Yeah.
training is good. He's obviously in a good spot. We just saw it, like we said, and it is in North America. He's traditionally done well in Chicago. I think back, he came second in North American Championship there. He won a North American Championship in DC. I think this is the year where he can put it all together for Worlds.
Yeah, I agree. Mhm.
All right, all right. Maria and Jess Petro in teams. They are in the women's double. Obviously, Maria, a Canadian girl, and I just really like Jess. She's a nice person. Um, so I have set them at 5.5 again. Can they come in the top five in that women's field? You want me to put that women's field back up, or you got a good look at it?
Um, oh, I,
I'm putting it up because I want to look at it too. So,
yeah, I just, that women's, I mean, the doubles races are going to be crazy.
mhm.
Um, I just feel like when I'm looking at it, what I think with will happen with the double situations is we're gonna get some teams where the really fast runners are probably gonna have their day. So teams like Synod and Lucy, Linda, Viola, um, the Laurens. I think
Sinead scares me.
what's that?
Sinead,
Sine
she scares me, just like as in like she is so fast.
her potential, like I don't think we've even really scratched the surface. So yeah, I don't think Maria and Jess are going to be in the top five. I don't like betting against my Canadian girl here, but just looking at these teams here, um, I don't think so. Am I saying under five?
Yeah, you would say over.
Over five. Okay, yes.
Because you
That,
would be thinking, yeah. So I will go the other way just because I think they're going to land five dead on. And
mhm.
yeah, so I just got to be optimistic. That's all.
Yeah, that's fair.
I was going to do the opposite of whatever you did. But I think, yeah, I think they do have potential. I mean, obviously they won the race they were in.
Yeah.
Um,
They are one of the only two who are both, well, I get Maria's not Elite 15, but
has
this
been, yeah.
has been Elite 15. Like they've both been Elite 15. There's not a lot of teams actually like that. Except the Lawrence, Linda, yeah, a couple of them, but they are one of the few teams. So do they have the potential? Yes. I just think we have some teams here like the Van den Linden Loof sisters who
Hmm.
are just so fast when they're running. And so, yeah, and even, Bridget and Tara who are
They
going
had a,
focused on this and their running is just looking so good. So,
and they have one thing, not only is it run, they like had terrible wall balls in where was it where they raced in Miami,
yeah.
where actually they lost to Maria and Jess, but they went
Yeah.
into the wall balls
They,
with the lead and like lost. I mean, huge. They had like for doubles, they had like a 4.5 minute wall balls, which
yeah.
is not great. And I don't expect that to happen again. So
Yeah. And Morgan Schultz and Alina, who I think Morgan's running is really coming together too. So I think that even could be a team that could be in that top five position. So I don't know.
like
This,
when I look at this list, I pretty much look at anybody, yeah, 11 and up could crack that top five. And
yeah.
who knows, Katie and Chris, and you never know, right? So
Yeah.
It's tough. It's tough. I'm like I said, I'm gonna go with the optimistic, and I'm just gonna tell Maria that you have no faith in her, and that's on.
No.
Yeah, totally, totally. No,
You're
no.
asking me that.
All right, all right. Here we go. This is a little bit of a different one. Podium appeals. So how many appeals will people have of the podium? And we all know that that could mean, 48 hours till you find the winner. But I'm saying will there'll be at least 3.5. So 3.5, will there be three or less or four or more podium appeals? So appealing of the finals.
Including the doubles race.
Yes, including the double.
Ah.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, how much are they relying on the wall ball counters?
Well, that remains to be seen. I mean, if we go by what that guy said on Matt's podcast, he says they never go wrong and they're the things to watch.
Oh my gosh, if they're solely relying on the wall ball counters, we're having more than three
Yeah,
appeals.
I'm thinking more than three. I also do believe though that in the pre-race brief with the elites, they will recant that statement and go with the judge has the final word
Yeah.
kind of thing.
I
And
just
I sure hope so anyway.
yeah, I imagine these doubles races just so close that it's coming down to one wall ball, and there's definitely going to be um judging situations too with wall ball depth and target, and if the elite's targets are smaller than the other people's targets, and I people just, we're talking seconds that these races are going to be won or lost. So I think if people are losing by seconds, they might just appeal just to see if anything happens. So yeah, I do have a feeling
I
there'll
th-
be a
I
couple.
think there might even be appeals for interference and stuff like on burpee broad jumps and whatnot and farmers carry and things where people can get each other's way. I think these races are, especially the doubles, are going to be so close and
Oh,
so
yeah.
many bodies going around that there could be appeals from there. So I agree. I
Or
say,
like fighting over rowers and stuff.
yeah, yeah, like I say over 3.5. I really do too. Which is sad and depressing, but it is what it is. I think it'll be yeah, I think the way they've set this up is they've set themselves up into a situation where they've kind of created this monster and it's gonna
Well, I
be
mean, you're right. We could have 11 teams, 12 teams, so like 25 people going into a station at one time and all fighting for spots.
Mhm.
Like, ugh,
Yeah,
that's,
even like if you picture even like that skier, that first sprint into the skier.
oh my goodness. People like body checking people out of the
And
way.
and like, and here's the question too, and I haven't heard from Hyrox this, and the rule book is very vague on it. How much are they going to enforce people running together as opposed to getting separated, which we've seen in the past? Like,
Um, have you read the rule book on this?
yeah, it says they need to be together, but it doesn't state what together is.
So I had heard, and I didn't deep dive into this, that the timing system catches it at a 30-second gap, which is very significant.
That's a big fucking gap.
Yeah, exactly. So I don't know if that's true or not.
I can't say either way. I don't know.
We need like, on Joe Rogan's podcast, because I finally listened to one of his ones, and he's like, Jamie, check this out for me. We need this, Jamie.
Normally Riley can do that, but she's not in the room right now.
Really?
She's busy. She's busy doing stuff. But
So, but
yeah.
yeah, I don't know for sure because I had always thought it was 5 meters,
Mhm.
which is close, which is appropriate, I think. But yeah, but then I had heard that the timing system doesn't catch people until it's 30 seconds, which that could not necessarily be the rule, but that could be a timing system thing. But I had always been under the understanding that it was 5 meters.
Well, remember in Vegas how far back JK got from Jake going into wall balls? Like I don't know, but if you go back and watch
Um,
one of the videos from it, he was ways back. Like it was,
I'm
Jake,
assuming in this race they're going to be pretty strict about it.
yeah. Well, this is another one of those rules I wish they tidy up because I'm okay with like the way you say it, where if you got to cross the timing mat within like, but 30 seconds is way too. I mean, 10
30
seconds.
seconds is far.
10,
You could be 100 meters behind your partner.
10 seconds sounds good, right?
Yeah.
Something along that line, so that every time you cross, And that way, if they get a little ahead on the run, so what? You're not out there trying with a meter stick trying to, oh no, you're too far right now. It's like,
Yeah.
every time you cross a timing mat, you got to be that close. So it makes no sense to get that further spread apart.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
I like
And
that.
you can't start a station until your partner's there. So
Yeah, yeah. And again, 10 seconds is fine. So I think that I'd like that. I hope they do have that rule in place. And if they do, put it in the fucking book. Like let us know what the time is.
yeah, well, and if they're not specific about these things, then you're right. Someone's going to appeal something.
Oh,
So
yeah, yeah, yeah. So okay, so we're over on appeals. All right.
yeah.
This one, this was a tough one to make. How many men will finish the race with their shirt on in the Elite 15? And I have it set at 2.5.
Um, Under, as in less.
Less? Okay, so here's the thing. I know
It'll be Paleo.
Paleo, he's gonna finish with his on, and that's the only one I'm sure of.
That's what he's saying. Yeah.
That's the only one I'm sure of. I'm not sure. Um, I still don't get this because quite frank, tell I find when I run with it, because I hear that if I run with the shirt on, I get too hot. That's what they say.
Yeah.
I stay way cooler with my shirt on because it gets sweaty and then it's colder. Like, I don't know. And then
It's honestly, it's totally just what people are used
I
to.
think so. I think so too.
As I get hot, I feel like even if I'm wearing a thin tank top, I'm like, it has to come off. I'm so hot. It's what you're used to.
You guys
Not
are
that it would actually make any difference with my body temperature.
you're all just showing off. No. I think in Toronto, I'm gonna run with just the kilt, no shirt. Just just to confuse people. Warm on the bottom, cool on the top. We'll be all a mess.
Oh, that
But
would be.
I'll do it. I'm ready to go.
Yeah.
All right. So yeah, less than 2.5 people with shirts finishing. All right. I think it's safe to say Lauren Weeks, especially with Meg being out, is the odds-on favorite. Um, and this one, I think there was going to be a lot of close races here, but I don't know about this part, despite the fact how what a great season Joanna's had. Will Lauren Weeks win by 60 seconds or less or more?
Less.
Less? How close do you think it's going to be?
L- I think it'll be like 20 wall balls worth.
20 wall balls is close to 60 seconds.
No.
Go do 20 wall balls.
Yeah, it's like 30 seconds.
30 seconds. 20, 30, you think?
Why? I don't know.
Okay, well, let's see. Like a fast wall ball for fast women's wall balls, we're looking at like it's 3:30, 3:30 sub. Oh, nobody's going less than 3 minutes. Like I
Meg.
think even like Meg is like 3:15 or something like that.
Yeah.
3:15. But let's just for argument's sake say 3:30. So if it's 3:30 to do 100 wall balls, so divide that by 30 wall balls, you said? Or no, would you say
Yeah,
20?
like 20.
Yeah, I think it's still like 45 seconds to a minute.
Yeah. I still think it'll be less than 60. Like I think it's gonna be
I
I
agree.
think she's not running away with it. I think when we saw the race with Joanna and Lauren, like Joanna can definitely hold her own and I think it's gonna be pretty close, but um yeah, I mean as a betting person just based on the odds, Lauren Weeks would probably, but I mean if Joanna has also beaten Lauren, so I think it'll be close either way. And I mean, there could be other girls in there too. Like there's some of these girls here who have never raced in the Elite 15.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, like Signed and Emily and Emily's just getting started too. Like that's another person who I don't know if she throws down and gets in the top three, she's only raced 3 times.
Yeah. Yeah. She's very fast, like very good runner.
Yeah. So and same with Signed. So I don't know. It could be who knows? It could be a totally mixed up podium. Like we could have girls that no one would have
Okay, so
expected.
this one's not on the list. Will a rookie make a podium?
Like a rookie to the Elite 15.
Rookie, so not Joanna because she's been racing Elite 15s, but someone new to the Elite 15, like you say, like an Emily, like a Tom Rogers, like a Sinead Bent.
I have a feeling we're gonna have a rookie on the podium.
Yeah, I wouldn't be.
There's some people who are like talent is just it's so there. And when, even at the LCQ, when we saw things like Emily and Signage row form, you're like, oh my gosh, just clean that up. And like then you're talking about they've had amount of time now where they could have worked on these things. And like we don't even know where their potential is yet. So I think we very much could see a rookie on the podium. Um,
I would say if we do, I think it's Sinead.
Well, I think if I was going to put a dark, yeah, well, either one of them, it would be a
I
coin.
know, but like I said, that Sinead, she just scares me for some reason. I just think that she is got that top ceiling, and if she just puts it all together, like, yeah.
Yeah,
But then,
yeah,
like you say, but yet Emily took it to her.
yeah. And Emily ran away with it at the
Yeah,
LC.
yeah, she took it to her. Yeah. So I mean, definitely. I know I mentioned Tom Rogers. Tom Rogers, I don't think he's realistically is an odds-on favorite to make the podium, but the only guy on that list who has beaten him is JK. He hasn't had the chance to race these guys, and so yeah. All right. Um, that was the next one. Okay, repeat podium winners from last year in just the solo, 2.5. So realistically, there would only be six people eligible.
Yeah.
Two of those people are not racing.
I know, I think there's less than 2.5.
Less than 2.5. All right. So when I'm thinking about it, and we'll break it down, like I said, the people who are eligible, right? So you've got podium for the men's last year, JK, Alex, and Sandy. Sandy's out.
Yeah.
Podium for the women's, Meg, Lauren, Vivian. Lauren's out. So you have four
Well,
possibilities.
I do have Vivian as one. Well, no, I'm not next, but
You can still say your picks, you just don't have to.
I know. I still have them in my head,
Yeah.
but oh, it could be over 2.5.
Yeah, I'm looking at it and I mean, I think to me, JK and Lauren, I'm gonna go with the two.
Yeah.
And then Vivian is looking fantastic.
Yeah.
Like what I saw her at DECA in SoCal, she was just a monster. And she's been getting nothing but better. She's not over raced like some people. Like she's training right. So it's highly doable, especially with Meg not being there this year. That opens up that spot. And then Alex, I mean, dude, like he's really not shown anything to prove. He had like one bad race, but to count him out of the podium, just yeah. So I'm going over.
Yeah, I think it could be over as well.
I
Yeah.
think I think it's over. Um, all right, Hunter McIntyre. This is a very pivotal year for Hunter, and this kind of goes we like one-on-one thing is like is his day is he on the decline or has he got another couple of shots in it? So I'd put it Hunter 5.5. Will he crack the top five or will he crack and drop down?
No, I think Hunter will be in the top 5 this year.
Do you?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I just look at that field and it is so good. I think he's gonna be out of the top five.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised. Here's the thing, he could win, right?
Yeah.
And you never really know with the way his bravado is.
Hmm.
But yeah, some things I hear him say every now and again when a story pulls up, and I don't know that he believes he's got it to be there. And some of these other guys are so young and so hungry. Like, and I'll be straight, I don't I think Dylan beats him. I think
Hmm.
Kay beats him. I think Alex beats him. Tom Vinish has been on fire.
Hmm.
Tim Vinish has been
Yeah.
on
Yeah.
fire. I think Tim beats him, and I think Paleo and Rich both very well could beat him as well. So
Yeah.
it's
I mean, all of that would not be unrealistic to me too.
no, no.
Yeah, I
But
just think he,
but again, if he comes out and wins the thing, would we be, oh, who saw that coming? No, it wouldn't.
right.
So yeah,
Yeah.
but I think I think that he places just out of the top five, and I think that this might be his last year.
Yeah, I think it will that will depend on how he does for sure. But I definitely could see him stepping away after this. He's been in it longer than anybody, right? So like since the very beginning, and I don't know, it seems like he has other aspirations business wise, and I could definitely see him leaving. I feel like if he was thinking that way, I think he wants to leave on top though. And Hunter does have an incredible ability to manipulate his fitness exactly how he wants it to be. And I think last year he wasn't there. And I think he tried something that didn't work out. And I think he's kind of gone now the other way. And he's looking like a much smaller hunter than he has in a long time. And yeah, I think if it's what he really wants, I think he's done what he needs to do.
And also has the ability to outrace his own fitness.
Yeah.
Like,
He
he's
just has so much racing experience.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
He's
So,
been a professional racer his whole life. So,
yeah, yeah. And then again, another guy who was on the opposite end of as far as timelines, but we don't really know what to expect out of it is Rylan. So we got
yeah.
Rylan. I set the same line in that time, 5.5 and 5.5, because we know sky is the limit. Like literally, he could have the most potential in the field,
Hmm.
but also he's had health issues, sometimes a little bit of consistency here and there. Um, so yeah, Ryland 5.5.
Yeah, I think he's finishing in the top five.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he's got some of his health stuff figured out. I think he's feeling really good. Yeah, I think things are coming together for him. So again, his potential is just sky high. So yeah, I
And
think
although I didn't mention him in the names of people when I was saying people that could get in front of Hunter, I think he'll be in the top five too.
yeah.
I just think there's too much speed and power and potential there that I think he will get it. And I do think that he and Ryan Kent are scary in the doubles.
Yeah.
They get that together like that. Yeah, they're scary. All right. Chris Rogowski. Chris gets the roll in or the roll down
Again.
again. But however, like it was so funny because she thought she was going to be in it because she was third in the first wave over in the UK, I believe it was, and then got bumped
Yeah, at the LCQ.
the LCQ. And it was almost like everybody's like, oh, you're going to be in anyway. And here she is.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Chris has a knack to get in there and is always dangerous. But I did give her a bit of a lower line because the field is so good
Hmm.
at 10.5.
Yeah, I'm not sure if this year, I mean, what was it, 2022 when Chris was the roll down and then won. Um, I think this field is just too fast for Chris right now. Chris was off most of last year with an injury, and I don't think that, but it's Chris, so if she surprises us and comes in the top 10, but I would bet on it not happening.
All right. So here's a question. This wasn't there. Chris and Rylan, kind of two sides of the same coin kind of thing. They both are that they're training in so many different things. They have so many different interests they love, so many different passions. Would they be better if they focused on it and then have like even higher potential, or would that kind of destroy their, and I don't know what other word to use, their spirit, their drive?
Yeah. I I know for Rylan specifically, I don't think he would be better because I think he gets so much joy out of the way he trains, which is primarily outside of the gym,
Mm.
that like joy is such a big driving factor for performance and feeling good when you're racing. I think if Rylan had more access to some ergs, he would be aside, but not entirely changing his philosophies of training and how he does things. Which, but again, he builds such a crazy engine and strength the way he does things, and he gets so much enjoyment out of it. I think Chris probably although she races a lot of different things, I do think her training does gear a lot towards Hyrox. Like I think she spends a lot more time in the gym than than Rylan might. Like I know she does a lot in the mountains too, but she does spend a significant amount of time in the gym. So I feel like her training might be a little bit more Hyrox specific, especially as of lately. We haven't seen her, jumping in 100 milers and stuff in a while. So I don't know if she would be because I feel like she is kind of focused in on this. Rylan, no, but if he had some ergs, probably yes.
All right, all right. I was going to ask you who do you think comes third in the women's field with Mega, but I'm not going to worry about that. We're going to leave that one alone. Do we see a record, be it solo women, solo men, or the doubles, the elite doubles, any elite 15? Do we see any of them beat a record?
Ooh. I mean, I think the doubles has the most likely potential. I did see the course, and it looks to me like it's going to be a very big rock zone.
Hmm.
But again, that's based on the digital images.
The
Um,
question that often happens to me is how big is the run through going to be in the zone? So not necessarily the rock zone. Let's just take it for granted that they are 8.7K, including the rock zone. But the one thing that does change is the length of the zones themselves. So like when they run through, so the amount of ski ergs, if they only got like 6 ski ergs, it cuts all that time off. So I think to me that plays a lot into it. I think you'll see a doubles. I could see a doubles going down.
yeah,
Yeah.
I think that's the most likely scenario. Um, like we know with the grid, it's not always the best way to run world record time.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. I think that'd be it. And then teams.
oh, I have a question for you. The
Yeah.
doubles is not on the grid, is
I
it?
don't think it's a pure grid for the doubles. No, it's some kind of mixed scenario. I think you might see the sleds in one zone and stuff like that. But yeah, I don't think it's a pure grid for that.
Okay, because I think that would be a little bit more mayhem.
Yeah, I think so too. I think so too. I think it's I, I mean, my stance on the grid is it's for this kind of things. It's not necessary for the doubles, and I don't think they really need it.
No.
I don't think they need it for the solo anyway, but whatever. Yeah, I don't think so. So teams, right? Relay teams. We mentioned it a little bit. With Meg coming off of, and I don't even know if this is true, but many people would say the States were the favorite when Meg was on it. Do you think they would still be the favorite now? And now I don't know who's replacing her yet.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you that.
I
Who?
haven't heard.
Ian, maybe?
That would be my first guess would be to go to Vivian. But I don't know officially. And so would they still be the favorite, or do you put it to someone like Australia?
I mean, I've always looking at the teams, England has a pretty stacked team too.
Yep, that they
You know,
do.
um, I, um,
And England is defending champions, although the team is much different.
yeah. So England has Jake Dearden, Zara Piergianni, Synod, and Jake Williamson. Like
Yeah,
that's gonna be smoking
a
fast.
lot of wheels there.
Yeah. Um, what did you say? Was that you were thinking
The
was
other
the
one, Australia too. I mean, you've got JK,
Australia?
you've got Joanna Vitrick, then Tia Toomey, oh, not Tia Toomey, Jess Petro and James Newberry.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't even know what would be the favorite team. Like I don't even know. I would have to look at all of them again, but I mean, I think we're gonna have some crazy fast teams though.
Yeah, yeah, I think so too. And
And I
I
mean,
think
Germany always has a good team too.
who's that?
Germany.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Germany usually has, especially in the women, usually has very strong women.
Yeah.
And I think I don't think Viola is on at this time. I think it's um, Linda and then and one of the other Elite 15 German women. Yeah, can't remember. But yeah, either way, they'll have a good strong team. That
Um, what about Belgium? Because it has the Van den Lindenloof sisters, Tom Franz and Peter Mace.
Yeah, that's not a bad team either. But I don't see them taking out either States or Australia or Britain.
Yeah, so Germany has Linda and Sika Arning.
Yeah, Ireland has some
Tim
strong
Vinich and Janik.
Sika, that was the other one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, yeah, and then Tim and who else?
Tim and Janik Zapla.
Yeah, that's a good,
Great team too.
good team. Like them, I could see in there. Yeah. So I don't know, but I would say for me, I think the favorite, and I was thinking Australia, but you know what?
I
That
don't
British
think
team,
so. Yeah.
that British team looks really strong. And I mean, the States are still. I mean, you still got Lauren, you've got Hunter, you've got Dylan, and then like you say, Vivian or someone of that ilk is going to be on it.
Yeah, I would assume Vivian.
So
But I mean, again, you could put Vivian, you could put Lauren Griffith. Like it's not like there's a shortage of women that you could put in there that they're still not they're still going to be, a favorite, I think.
is it Team Hybrid Engine versus Team Proven?
Oh, it kind of is.
Oh, the clips
Oh,
are coming out.
and hybrid engine kind of coaches JK.
There's a lot of crossover there. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I know but I imagine there'd be a bit of a friendly rivalry on that one.
Yeah.
But like you
Yeah.
say, if even if you take Vivian, like Vivian is hybrid engine, Lauren Griffith is hybrid engine, right?
hmm
So
Well, I guess Hunter's not.
no, Hunter would be house training technically, I
Yeah.
guess.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't mind these little teams.
Well, and Dylan's not, so it's just the
I know.
women.
Yeah, just yeah. All right. All right. So I think that's it. I think that's covered. There's so much to be said here and so much going down. It's going to be exciting. I want to say, Beth, best of luck. You and Jeff, you guys are killing it to all our Canadian people going down there, especially our Team Canada relay team. There was an army of this. And when I think back to like Vegas, when there was 3 people from Canada that went and would go to this. But yeah, so good luck to everybody. Can't wait. Beth, take us home.
Yeah, thanks so much everyone for listening. And again, yeah, all the best to everyone this weekend at Hyrox World Champs. Feels like it's been a long time coming, so let's go have a great time and race our best.
Take care.